Hello everyone, Josh Powers and Sajag Patel here in our Bold Real Estate Consultants offices. We'd like to welcome you to our video blog. Today we'll be discussing what to do in multiple offer situations with buyers and sellers. But before we begin, we would like to draw your attention to two links on our blog. First, if you're looking to sell your home, click the free home value report link. Or if you're looking to buy, click the Search All Homes for Sale link where you can access the most up-to-date information on homes for sale in the area. Now let's get back to our topic of the day.
So Josh, in the current market, are you seeing a lot of multiple offer situations?
Absolutely. In certain areas of Medina County, especially like Brunswick and Medina, the market gets really hot. Some homes have multiple offers on them even before you can get in them on the same day. Some have people waiting in the background that knew something was coming on the market if their agent did their job and got them a preview of it. So it's definitely very competitive, especially in some surrounding areas by us.
Josh, when you're representing buyers, what are you consulting buyers to do when they're in a multiple offer situation? Are you telling them the only way to win that home is by offering the most amount of money?
No, absolutely not. There's multiple things that come into play, of winning that bid. The type of financing you have, flexibility in your time frame to close. A lot of sellers, that's a huge one for. They'd rather take a little bit less money if you can kind of meet their needs and not have to move twice. Also, your down payment size. There's just multiple offers, and cash, coming in like you said is not king. Financing to someone that's strong is the same as cash to them, as long as you can be flexible in their needs.
Okay, so you just mentioned that cash isn't always king. Can you explain that a little bit more?
Back in the day, I think everyone was told that cash will speak louder than a financing. I think the only way that is true is if someone needs to close like in 10 to 15 days. Typically, a cash offer can close within 10 days if the market's not saturated and title companies aren't backed up. But other than that, I think it doesn't come into role as much nowadays.
Okay. And that's as long as the buyer has a pre-approval and not a pre-qualification, correct?
Yeah, full pre-approval. Pre-qualifications, they're not really worth the paper they're written on these days. Full pre-approval that has some underwriting done to it will not have any surprises for a buyer or a seller as the offer goes in a few weeks. After being accepted, it'll stay on track.
So Josh, when you are presenting an offer on a seller's property, are you recommending to your buyers to write a personal letter to the sellers to get them emotionally attached?
Absolutely, especially if it's a hot home that has a lot of interest in it. I want to have something that sets my buyers apart from others. And appealing to emotionally can really make the seller, feel for your buyer and kind of warm up the deal a little bit. I actually had to do it recently. Where sellers have such an emotional attachment to a home, they know they have to leave or they want to leave, but then they just need that little extra bit to get over the hump and sell it.
Okay. So Josh, how important is being pre-approved in this sort of an environment?
It's completely important for the entire deal to go through smoothly. As we mentioned before, not just a pre-qualification. A lot of sellers are even asking me with all my clients, are they pre-approved? And by that they mean, have they met with the bank, met the guidelines, had all their finances checked, they are who they are, because with the houses being so quickly to sell and the properties being so hot on the market, they don't want any surprises 2 weeks in or a month in or a week before close. So we're starting to require our buyers to be full pre-approved without pre-qual letters that they can get online and things like that. And being fully pre-approved like that will only save you in the long run down the road. It's similar to having cash. It's kind of like the new king. So Sajag, if you receive multiple offers within the first couple of days, should you decide to write right away that day or wait for more offers to come in?
Well, Josh, what I'm telling a lot of my sellers is that when we have multiple offers like that, we've created that sense of urgency, that a lot of times that situation, we don't know if it's going to replicate itself a couple days later. So what I always tell them that if it's the right offer and it's in the right situation, that we pick one and we negotiate that. It's important that you give the buyers a courtesy that have already put forth the effort and have made a commitment to you, that you take, advantage of that. What you don't want to do is miss out on an opportunity. Sometimes you'll never get an offer as high as that again.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I agree. The last question I have for you, Sajag, is what kind of circumstances would make it a good idea not to take the highest offer?
Well, Josh, that's a great question. And, when you have a great listing specialist, someone who's really, truly working for the seller, they're going to lay all the pros and cons on the table for the seller so that they know exactly what each offer has to present. And one of the keys there is knowing the type of financing that's being brought to the table. Pre-qualifications or pre-approval letters and proof of funds on cash offers is very important. If you have a buyer who states that they're qualified but they don't provide that pre-approval letter, yet they're the highest offer, 9 out of 10 times my sellers will always say, I'm not going to take that offer. And the reason is we have nothing to prove that you are pre-qualified. So we potentially may be losing out on another offer where they are qualified and ready, able, and willing to buy right now. So there are times, and that's one of the things that I do with all my sellers, is I let them know the pros and cons of every single item on that purchase agreement so that they can make the right decision in selecting the best offer for their situation.
Excellent.
Well, thank you for joining us on our video blog. If you're thinking of buying or selling a home, call or email us today for a free real estate consultation. Thanks again and have a great day.
Thank you.